Dodgers-Yankees in the Fall Classic.
The World Series matchup of the New York Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers is, on paper, the greatest matchup in the history of the Fall Classic. Let's run through all the numbers and make our case.
Juan Soto!
The Yankees and Dodgers finished first and second in run differential during the 2024 regular season. They were two of the top three teams in runs scored. They had two of the half-dozen best bullpens by ERA. The Dodgers were the top seed in the NL, the Yankees the top seed in the AL. Chalk? Sure. It's also a rare shot at seeing the best against the best. The last time we saw the two teams with the best record in each league clashing in the Fall Classic in a non-shortened season was all the way back in 2013, and it's happened a total of only 13 times in the divisional era since 1969, and only 5 times in the wild card era since 1995. That's right, 5 times over nearly 30 years. This matchup is, in many ways, the gold standard. No teams in Major League Baseball history have made the World Series more often than the Yankees and Dodgers. And further, this is arguably the greatest postseason rivalry the sport has to offer. Only, it's been on pause. The Yankees and Dodgers met 11 times in the 4 decades from 1941 to 1981. This 12th meeting between the clubs all time in the World Series will set a new benchmark for most meetings between any two teams in the Fall Classic. The Bombers have won 8 of the 11 meetings, but the Dodgers won the last one, all the way back in '81. No player on either roster was born the last time these two teams met in the World Series. It's been 43 years. It's been so long that Tommy John pitched in the series and Dusty Baker played in it. Dave LaRoche, father of retired big leaguer Adam LaRoche, pitched in it. Entire generations have come and gone without seeing a Yankees-Dodgers World Series. Since that meeting in '81, they have combined for 7 World Series championships. But, of course, none coming against each other.
Dodgers have won it all in 2020.
And the most important reason it's the best World Series on paper in our lifetimes? The unprecedented player star power on display. In Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge, you have the two most popular and the two best players, the two single brightest stars the sport has to offer. Judge and Ohtani are also going to win the MVPs. We haven't seen the MVPs square off in the World Series in 12 years, back when Buster Posey and Miguel Cabrera battled it out in 2012. Future award voting aside, statistically Judge was the best player in the AL this season, and Ohtani was the best player in the NL this season.
Shohei Ohtani starts the 50-50 club.
The last time the top batter in the AL and the top batter in the NL by wins above replacement squared off in the World Series, that was 44 years ago, 1980, when Mike Schmidt and the Phillies defeated George Brett and the Royals in 6 games. In other words, it may be the first time that the objectively best and most popular players in the sport were going head-to-head on the sport's biggest stage in over 4 decades, if not longer. Oh, and it's the first ever matchup between 50 homer hitters from the regular season, and the first time since 1956 when, coincidentally, Mickey Mantle and the Yankees battled it out against Duke Snider and the Brooklyn Dodgers, that each team's home run leader will face off in the World Series. Moving beyond just those two names, Juan Soto and Mookie Betts would, in a typical year, be the best players participating in the World Series. In fact, by wins above replacement, this World Series will somehow feature the 4 best players in baseball over the last 3 seasons. And per MLB's Sarah Langs, between Judge, Ohtani, and Soto, this is the first postseason series, let alone World Series, to have the top 3 qualified players by weighted runs created plus that season. It will also feature 4 of the most beloved stars in the sport. According to MLB.com, Ohtani, Judge, Mookie, and Soto ranked 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 7th, respectively, in jersey sales in 2024. People love these players. And that's not even mentioning somebody like Gerrit Cole, only the reigning AL Cy Young winner who sports a career .298 ERA in the postseason and was once the highest paid pitcher in the game. Or Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the man who overtook Cole as the highest paid pitcher in the history of the sport. Or Walker Buehler and his 0.69 ERA in 13 career innings pitched in the World Series. Nor have we mentioned even someone like Giancarlo Stanton, one of the greatest postseason performers of all time. A man who is one of 6 ever to have as many plate appearances in the postseason as he does and have an OPS over 1,000.
Giancarlo Stanton, made for the moment.
To summarize, these two teams proved over a 162-game grind that they are really good and deserve to be here. They are great teams with rich legacies. It's a matchup with an incredible wealth of tradition and history, but one we haven't become numb to or bored of since we haven't seen it in over 4 decades. And most importantly, it features players who are not only the very best in the sport, but who are also a lot of fun to watch, present-day MVPs, future Hall of Famers operating at the absolute peak of their powers. Truly, players you will tell your children's children about.
Shohei Ohtani arrives in October.
So there you have it. The case for why this Yankees-Dodgers matchup has the potential to be the greatest fall classic we've ever seen. Now, all that's left is to play the games.